Good afternoon. My name is Arthur McKeown, and in the next half dozen minutes or so, I want to introduce some ideas about the provision of pre-ESOL that may have merit within libraries Northern Ireland. I want to give a flavour of what we've already done in Belfast and Lurgan and give some understanding of what could be included in a taster session to provide the related training for delivery of an appropriate programme. My own background was in English language teaching, where for nigh on 20 years I was involved in teacher training, and was a centre manager on 3 different continents. More recently, I have just retired from the University of Ulster. In this slide, I want to say something about who we teach, what we teach, when we teach it, where we teach it, why we teach it, and how we teach it. So, who are we teaching? We're teaching adults. They are mature, they are keen, but they are individuals and families who have been troubled or traumatized. They may have experienced disruptive education and indeed may not be literate in their own first language. What we're teaching is the language areas of grammar, vocabulary and pronunciation, and the language skills. But perhaps even more importantly, we're giving learning skills in the local environment and providing some of the tender, loving care. The programme we have lasts for 60 hours over 5 12-hour stages, and it seems to be delivered better at a couple of hours a day, several days a week. But the model is not necessarily set in stone. We've already delivered the programme, which is based on a model originally developed in Libya by colleagues more than 30 years ago at places like the Horn of Africa People's Aid Northern Ireland, in the Islamic Centre, and then in Belfast and in Lurgan. Why are we teaching it? Primarily, it's to provide progression so that people can get a leg up and go to courses in local colleges or get employment or engage with further language practice such as LibrariesNI. How do we do the teaching? The important principle is that everything gets listened to before it's spoken very much, and then spoken a lot before it's read, and read many times before it's written. We base the work that we do on a series of can-do statements rather than something that is technical and full of terms that are unfamiliar. Learners can recognize the letters of the alphabet, count, etc. The writing element draws particular attention. We use a program which provides opportunities to trace, then copy, and then compose written output. And we move from letters to numbers, words, and then sentences. All of this is supported by a module description, which in its current form provides a discussion in the language that is familiar to the senior management teams of the local colleges. We also have in place a series of procedures that will allow us to provide consistency across the various places where the program's developed, so that ideas like how the program is arranged, how it's promoted and then delivered can all be systematized. Our work is based on a compendium of lesson activities which broadly contain a similar structure, where There is a use of dialogue, vocabulary, grammar, pictures to activate language, and then reading and writing. The related training provides opportunities for those who are volunteer teachers to develop a consistent approach to how we present and practice dialogues, introduce vocabulary, dictation, and so on. In addition to the face-to-face class opportunities to meet, there is the opportunity for individuals to engage with some private study where they can practice skills and use material designed for self-access study. But there are some possible issues in any new venue. The big one is childcare. We also have to think about arrangements for transport or any catering that may be required. Much that I talk about is well supported by David Riddell's recent book, and it can provide a piece of private study before people come for the face-to-face training day, engage with the Moodle community, or embrace NI. I conclude with an invitation to ask some questions and with some links to the Belfast programme and our Moodle environment that is under development. Also, you will get some opportunities to contact me by email or telephone. Thank you. Goodbye.